Hi everybody and welcome to another exciting edition of Boring JavaScript. I'm your host, the Virtuoid, aka Mike Smith, and today we're taking a look at the builder pattern. The builder pattern is a very easy pattern to understand. Basically, a requester, a client, will contact a builder object, and that builder object has the plans to a bunch of different other objects that can be built by the builder. So the requester requests object A, and the builder go out, grab object A, and go through a series of steps. And these series of steps will build object A and return it back to the requester. Or the requester can request object B or object C or anything like that. The key here is that the builder has within its code the knowledge of how to build all these different types of objects. And the requester has knowledge of what the builder can build. For example, we have a requester. And this requester goes to the builder and says, "Builder, I need to build a house." And the builder says, "I can build a bunch of different types of houses. What do you want?" The requester says, "How about a bank-looking house?" The builder says, "Sure, no problem." And boom, the house is built. And all the builder had to do was go to the blueprints for the bank and go through all the different steps to build the bank. Build the foundation, build the walls, build the safe, all that kind of fun stuff. The requester comes back and says, "No, maybe a house." The builder then goes and grabs the blueprints for the house and says, "Okay, I need to dig out the ground, I need to put in the foundation, I need to build the framework, I need to put the walls in." Boom, you have the house. And that's it. That's all the builder object does. In fact, as long as the builder has the blueprints, the builder can build any type of object. And the requester couldn't care less what steps it took to build that object, whether it's just a single step to build the object or it's multiple steps to build the object. Because it's just not enough to be able to build that bank or that house or any number of the houses. The builder also will have within its code certain steps that need to be taken to build that particular object. Again, for example, suppose we had a house. So what do we need to build the house? Well, first we need to dig out the ground. Then we need to lay the foundation and build the basement. Then we need to build the framework around the house. Then we need to build the insides of the house. And once all that is done, the house is built. So the builder not only has knowledge of what objects to build, but it also has a knowledge of how to build those particular objects. Do you want to see how it works? Let's get started. There are basically three pieces to the builder pattern. There's the client or the requester. There's the builder, and then there are the objects from which the builder can build all its various incantations from. I have a client program here, a requester, that builds robot animals. And it's going to request all the robot animals from a particular source. In this case, my builder JavaScript file. This is going to be a static class. And I'm going to have it build a cat, build a dog, build a bird, build a cat with wheels, and build a dog without a tail. So as you can tell here, I'm asking the builder program to be able to build me 5 different robots. So that's the responsibility of the builder part of the builder sequence here. We have the client, the builder, and the objects. The builder is responsible for building what is requested. The client couldn't care less how the cat or the dog or the bird or the cat without wheels or the cat with wheels or the dog without a tail is built. That's responsibility of the builder. I just want to go to the builder and say, "Hey, give me this, give me that." And that's it. So let's go to the builder and see how it works. This is our builder. Now basically there's 2 different sections to the builder. The builder's responsibility is to first of all know what objects from which it can build things with. In this case I have 3 objects, a dog, a cat, and a bird. And let's just take a very quick look at each one of these. Here's my cat. When I construct it, I'm giving it a name and a type. I'm just passing the name to it. But then also what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to say, okay, with the cat, I'm allowing you to build a body, build a head, build legs, build a tail, and build wheels on this particular cat. Yes, this cat can have wheels. And all I'm doing here is I'm just setting out different properties within the object, within the class here to represent the actual building process. I'm not going to actually go through and build the robots, okay? Same thing we have the dog here. The dog one has the different methods saying, with a dog, I can build a body, I can build a head, I can build legs, and I can build a tail. Notice there's no build wheels. That's not allowed with the dog. Here's the bird. The bird, same thing here. I'm giving it options to be able to build a body, build a head, build a leg, and build wings. And of course, you'll notice there's no build wings on the dog or cat because dogs and cats don't have wings, at least not naturally. Of course, these are robots, so you never know, but that's part two of the story. I do want to show you one thing here. Every one of these methods has a return this. And why am I doing that? Well, the reason we're doing a return this is that this will allow me to chain all these methods together. So if I say new bird, I can then say new bird dot build body dot build head dot build legs dot build wings. And so I can combine all these different methods into one statement. And that's going to be very important to the builder side, as we'll show you right now. So the first part of the builder here is I need to know what objects I can build from. The second part of the builder is I need to know what I can build and how I can build it. Let's take a look at the build cat method. Of course, all these are going to be still static, but the build cat method basically says I'm going to return a new cat. Now, once I return a new cat, the only methods that I can use are the build wheels, the build tail, the build legs, the build head, and the build body. In this particular case, build cat, I'm going to say, give me a new cat, then I'm going to do a dot build body, dot build head, dot build tail, and dot build legs. And again, this is why I put that return this. Let's go to cat real quick. This is why I put that return this on all the different methods. That allows me to be able to do this right here. So it's very easy to understand. Anybody coming into here saying, oh, okay, so a cat consists of a body, a head, a tail, and legs. Cool, great. I'm also going to allow a caller to be able to build a dog. And what does a dog do? Well, a dog has a body, a head, a tail, and legs. Same thing as the cat. But of course, the dog has its own routines here. I can only call the routines that are within, or the methods that are within the particular classes. When we build the bird, what do we do with the bird? Well, we build the body, the head, legs, and the wings. Now, what happens if we want to build a cat with wheels? Well, we build a body, a head, a tail, and then build wheels. So this means that within this particular object here, I can have any number of routines or any number of methods that are legal to be used with this particular cat. And so the builder can sit here and actually then say, okay, I want to get a new cat and I want to add a body, a head, a tail, and wheels. Or I may want to say build a cat with wheels and no tail. In this case, I would just remove this section. So as you can tell here, I can make any kind of combinations I want to using the objects that are available to me and the methods within those objects to return whatever I want to return. And a good example here is the dog. I can build a dog with the body, the head, tail, and legs, but I also can build a dog without a tail, which in this case I just do a build body, build head, and build legs. So the builder class here is responsible for, again, not knowing not only the objects that are available to it, but it has a list of all the different builds that it can do. In this case, I have 5 different builds based upon those 3 objects. Now, can I combine the objects? Sure, I can do whatever I want. What's important here is that I have a method here that says what I want to do with it. I have the instructions of what needs to be done, and then I'm returning something that the caller program, the client, will understand. And that's pretty much it. Oh, this is the print robot zoo. I didn't want to go there. I wanted to go here. So all my requester has to do is say, hey, build me a cat, build me a dog, build me a bird, build me a cat with wheels, or build me a dog without tail. You want to see how it works? Of course you do. Let's go to here. Let's type in node robot zoo. And here's my build cat. 4 legs, no wheels, of course. Here's my build dog. Notice there's an NA on the wheels. That means that wheels are not available. And I've just did that because my printout thing had wheels. Here's my Tweety bird. Has 2 legs, no tail. Here's Mr. Tinkles, who happened to have wheels but no legs. And sure enough, I have 4 wheels and no legs. And here's Rover without tail. And so sure enough, there is no tail. So to recap, the builder pattern is very easy to use as long as the builder knows what objects it can build with and what patterns it can produce based upon those objects. And so once it has the instructions for what it can build, it can return back to the caller just about anything the caller desires. And that's all there is to the builder pattern. I hope you enjoyed our video. Hope I didn't bore you to death. Please make sure you click on the like button below and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Also, you can see everything that we've done at www.boringjavascript.com. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you later.